Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Issues in Financial Accounting, Lecture 5. Today we will start chapter number 3. In this chapter, we will learn the definition, recognition, and measurement of the elements in general purpose financial statement. And our learning objective are element of financial statement, definition and recognition, asset and measurement of asset. So, if I introduce the chapter that in this chapter, in chapter 2, we note that choosing accounting policy required a consideration of 4 issues: defining the elements of financial statement, deciding when those elements should be recognized in the financial statement, choosing a measurement basis for the elements, and deciding what if additional disclosure are required. We talked about these in chapter number 2. But the role of framework for the preparation and presentation of financial statement. But the framework 2014 addresses the first 3 of these issues but has not yet developed guidance on what principle should underline disclosure practices. Consequently, this chapter considers those parts of the conceptual framework that addresses definition, recognition, and measurement of the element of financial statement. So, first one is element of financial statement. There are 3 basic elements of asset, liability, and equity, and income and expense. 5 elements. So we will discuss one by one. In this lecture, we will cover only assets and measurement of assets. So first I will talk about the elements of financial statement. The financial effects of transaction and other events by grouping them into broad classes according to their economic characteristic. These broad classes are the elements of financial statement. For the statement of financial position, the elements are assets, liability, and equity. And for the statement of comprehensive income or income statement, the elements are income and expenses, which is in this slide. So, as it's a function of income less expenses, the concept of profit is not identified as a financial statement elements. In addition, cash receipt and cash payment, the component of the statement of cash flows, are not identified as financial statement elements. So, these 3 are the elements of financial position, mean balance sheet, and these 2 are the elements of comprehensive income or income statement. Now come to the definition and recognition of asset. What we will define and recognize. The definition of an element identifies the characteristic that a transaction or event must have if it has to be considered a member of that class of element. The definition, on the other hand, recognition is the action or process of recording a transaction or event in any entity's account record. But the recognition criteria are qualities and the measurement of a transaction or event must satisfy before accountants are prepared to recognize it in the accounting record. The definition and recognition criteria for asset, liability, income, and expenses are discussed in lecture number 6. For a transaction or an event to be an element of the financial statement, it must first satisfy the definition and then the recognition criteria. Here is a chart. We will discuss in detail that if have the essential characteristic of the elements of the financial statement been met. If no, then it will be excluded from the financial statement. It will be excluded from the financial. If yes, then have the recognition criteria for the elements of the financial statement been met? First is definition are elements. If the answer is yes, then we will check the recognition criteria. In the first step, if the answer is no, then we simply exclude from financial statement. If the answer is yes, then we will check the recognition criteria. In recognition criteria, if the answer is no, consider alternative treatment of, for example, not disclosure. If the answer is yes, include in the financial statement. After this, definition and recognition, we will measure that how can we measure, and the types of measurement is in a nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale or ratio scale. But the measurement and accounting is different, so we will discuss here the different measurement and accounting. There are 3 points we will discuss one by one. The first point is the properties that are measured must be capable of aggregation. What this means, I will explain this. We know that accountants are social scientists who measure the elements of financial statement. These elements, like any other objects or events, have a number of properties that could be measured. Accountant must choose the property that is the most appropriate in the circumstances. This property should be determined by reference to the purpose of measurement. In last lecture, we note that the objective of general purpose financial statement to provide financial information about the reporting entity that is useful to existing and potential investors, lenders and other creditors in making decisions about providing resources to the entity. Accountants should therefore measure those properties of the elements of financial statement that provide relevant information that is of faithful representation and appropriate for making an evaluating decision about the allocating of scarce resources. This is the explanation of first point. The second is asset, liability, income and expenses are all measured as amount of money. And if we will discuss the first point, the properties that are measured must be capable of aggregation. This means also that comparable characteristic of all elements should be measured using the same scale. There is general agreement that the measurement scale should be money. The measurement scale should be money. The elements of financial statement are measured using a money scale, which means that in Australia, the assigned numeral are accompanied by a dollar sign. Asset, liability, income and expenses are all is measure of money. These amounts of money should be capable of aggregation. Let's suppose here is an example. For example, the accountant are measured assets. In this we will discuss in situation where the benefits are associated with physical items like property, plant and equipment. Accountants have typically chosen to measure the cost of acquiring the item. But in cases where the benefits come from right to receive cash, like accounts receivable, accountant choose to measure the amount of cash expected to receive in the future. Accountant would then be measuring different properties of two classes of asset. The result cannot be meaningful aggregated. This simple aggregation makes little sense because measure of different properties cannot be aggregate even if the same scale is used. No measuring can be attributed to the in total. So here the net account receivable, it expected cash receipts is $2,000, and property, plant and equipment at cost 1,000, and the total value is 3,000. How we accountant would then be measuring different properties of two classes. So similar aggregation problem arises where the same properties are measured using different scales. For example, accountants may agree that the cost of acquiring an asset is the appropriate property to measure. However, measuring the cost incurred in 2007 using $2007 involve a different scale from measuring the cost incurred in 2007 using $2007. Now, there are two types of asset: asset A and asset B. Asset A $2007, 10,000 here, and asset B $2017, $6,000, and the total is $16,000. The total of $16,000 has no meaning because it is an aggregation of dollars of different years. Aggregation them and similar to aggregations, Singapore dollars and New Zealand dollars are metal and feet. So it's mean the measure we will use the scale which have the same quantity or in the same year. So now come to the definition of asset. What is asset? There are three: future economic benefits. This is a definition of asset. Controlled by the entity and the result of a past event. It means framework 2014 defines an asset as a resource controlled by the entity as a result of past events and from which future economic benefits are expected to flow to the entity. So we will discuss recognition of asset also. We know that an asset is recognized in the balance sheet statement of financial position when it is possible that the future economic benefits will flow to the entity and the asset has a cost value that can be measured reliability. So in other words, an asset is recognized only when future economic benefits are probable and a reliable measure of the cost or value of the asset is possible. The framework 2014 addresses the issues of probability. The term probable means that it can be expected that the future economic benefits will eventuate. The term has been chosen when with care and is used with its usual statistical meaning. If current accounting practice is not to recognize as asset amount, there were recognition as expenses in the statement of comprehensive income in previous reporting period. However, an asset that initially failed the probability test and was not recognized may subsequently pass the probability test because of changed circumstances. In the next slide, we will discuss measurement of asset. There are four types to measure the asset. First one is historical cost, second current replacement cost, realizable value and present value. We will discuss one by one. First we will discuss historical cost. What is historical cost? A basis of measurement in which assets are measured at historical acquisition and depreciation and accumulated impairment losses. What does this mean? Historical cost has been subject to many criticism. In spite of these criticism, no single alternative basis has yet gained sufficient support to completely supplant historical cost as the measurement basis. Measuring the historical cost of assets may have been appropriate when the primary objectives of accounting was to report on the stewardship of those entrusted to manage the other people's resources. It is frequently argued that the measurement of historical cost is more reliable than the measurement of other characteristic of an asset. Other things being equal, a more reliable measurement is preferable to a less reliable measurement. However, the reliability of historical cost may be illusory. For purchased asset, decision must be made at the date of acquisition about whether some cost, such as the cost of delivery and installation, should be recognized as expenses or as part of the cost of the asset. Similarly, accountant must decide whether additional expenditures on asset are maintained or improvement. So the second one is current replacement cost. The amount of cash or cash equivalents that would have to be paid if the same or an equivalent asset were acquired at the end of the reporting entity. The reason for proposing the measurement of current cost fall into two categories. First, it is argued that current cost is a good approximation to value. For example, stated at any point in time, the replacement cost of an asset is the most objective possible approximation of its discounted present value. The theoretical best measure of asset worth. This is because the purchase of a new asset would only pay the current cost if the asset's value in use equal or exceeded its current cost. And the second one is predominant argument for using current cost is that it provides a more relevant measure of financial performance than historical cost and it's therefore more useful for decision makers. For example, argued that the use of current replacement cost enable the separation of holding and operating gains and recognizes profit as its revised argued that profit calculated on replacement cost basis is the same as economic income under perfect competition and a good approximation when perfect competition is absent. And the last one is realizable or market value or current cash equivalent. The third one is realizable or settlement value or market value. The current cash equivalent of an asset is its market value. That is, the amount of cash that could be obtained by selling the asset now in the ordinary course of business. Chamber argued that the objective of financial reporting is to provide a continuous source of financial information, is a guide to future action and motives. Financial information includes financial position, which defines the capacity of an entity and the capacity of an entity sorry the capacity of an entity at a point of time to engage in indirect exchanges. In other words, interpreted financial position is a measure of the ability of an entity to adopt a change environment. So the last one is present value. The last one is present value. Framework 2014 lists present value as a basis of measurement that is used in financial statement. It is noted that under present value, assets are carried at the present discounted value of the future net cash inflows that the atom is expected to generate in the normal course of business. However, it is not clear whether the present value is really a basis of measurement or simply a technique employed to approximate other measurement bases. The decision, useful and objective of present value is not readily apparent, and present value measurement are required in many accounting standards, including those on leases, financial instruments, and employee benefits. The discussion of value in use above noted that the measurement of present value will often require the exercise of professional judgment because evidence regarding future cash flow may be limited and assumptions may have to be made about the appropriate choice of discount rate.